Colton RV creates fantastic memories that will change your life forever. Have you dreamed of getting into glamping in your own RV? Colton RV can help you take that step into the future with a new or used RV. Talk with a Colton RV team member online, by phone, or in person and see hundreds of RVs, from tent trailers to motorhomes and everything in between. It's all about great selection, unequaled service, and low prices. Open late at 2 convenient locations, one in Tonawanda and one in Orchard Park, New York. Now is the time to see the future at Colton RV.
Want to take your camping to the next level? Then why not try glamping? Welcome to RV Glamping Adventures, where you can have a little glamour with your travel adventures. Please join your hosts, Neal and Kathy, as they share RV glamping information, RV park reviews, product recommendations, and so much more. Here's Neal and Kathy.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of RV Glamping Adventures with Neal and Kathy. I'm Neal.
And I'm Kathy. We thought we'd start today's show reading some of our listener mail, I guess, or Facebook friends.
It's not viewer mail.
Email. No, they don't. Nobody sees us.
No.
So anyway, let's kick it off with that, and then we're going to talk about some really fun stuff that we're going to be doing for this year, for 2016. Okay, so I'm going to read it, and you're going to answer this because
I can answer it.
This is in your category of interest, not mine.
It's about the waste station, isn't it?
No, it is not.
Oh.
Okay, so this is, I got this email from Tony on Facebook. I don't know where he's from.
Hi, Tony.
Facebook. And Tony was asking how do we handle dealing with the batteries during the winter? I think he must have figured out we're from the Northeast. And maybe he's dealing with the same thing. I don't know. But it's a question that we've struggled with in the past. And so what is it that we do with the batteries, Neal?
Well, in the past, when we had number one, this last couple of years have been the coldest winter months that we've had. In the past, we were able to have our RV close to our house, and we were able to use a trickle charger. So we just plug it in, and we'd have it, and the batteries would stay at a constant charge all season, all year round, and that was pretty nice. Last year, and where we store it now, we don't have the accessibility to electricity, so and last year was so cold, we wound up having our batteries crack, and that was bad. Cost us a lot of money.
A very expensive mistake.
Very, very expensive mistake. So now what we do, Tony, is we go and we take the batteries out, and we have a trickle charger in our basement, or you can put it in your garage.
Which, by the way, have you been checking on?
I have, actually. Yeah, I just did it this morning.
Okay.
And that actually, I bought I think a very nice one. It charged them right up, and then what it'll do is it'll hold it and maintain a charge for the rest of the season. And then when the season comes up again, because we're in the Northeast and we just store it over the winter, when we get ready in the spring to go, I'll put the house battery back in, and this is where I'm not technically savvy. I am going to have somebody put in the I'm going to put in the motor battery. I don't know what's actually
because we won't get very far.
Nope.
The motor battery.
Just the house. What's going on?
Yeah.
So and then I'll take the house batteries to be installed, because we also have an inverter and we have a couple other things on our coach that's a little bit complicated. Yeah. And I don't want to mess with the electricity on that one.
No.
So that's
you
what we
need to know that you have to draw the line at what you know. You know, there's certain things that we just feel it's an expensive toy.
Yep.
And there's just some things we're just more comfortable. Like, there's people out there, I'm sure, that are way more tech savvy than we are.
Oh, yeah.
And would be like, oh, boy, I could do that myself. Well, there's just some things we just we're not going to make a stupid mistake, especially kicking off the season, which is coming soon.
I can't wait.
So that leads me to our next question, which we decided to do a whole basically show about.
Yeah, so thank you.
You don't know because that's how we planned the show. Where were you during the meeting this morning?
I know. I just wanted to, go ahead and read it.
Obviously didn't have enough coffee. Okay, so this one is from Sheila, and I got this one on Twitter. So she sent it from Twitter.
Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila. Basically, she's just wanting to know that we had a little conversation. But basically, she was just like, hey, what are you guys doing this year? You know, like for your trips, what do you have planned? And she talked about some of her trips and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? We're starting to put things into play now. It's, mid-January. This is our downtime for travel. We really work hard during this time because we're saving.
Yep.
Because we are kicking our trips up to 7 weeks total of vacation time. So,
7 weeks of glamping adventures.
Yes. So we have a lot going on this year.
I know, I'm excited this year.
So we thought we would just sort of answer that question in sort of a show format.
That's a great idea.
And maybe do a little bit of some park reviews, because this year it's kind of funny. I feel like we're going back, back in time. We're going to go visit some places.
We're in the
we've
Wayback
seen.
Machine.
We're going way back. So we wanted to go and revisit some places. Of course, we've got our, staple of Disney in there. But we are going back to some places that we really loved. And, a couple like Olivia, for example, our youngest, who's 13 now. She was, 5, 6 years old when we
really
visited.
No memories
a couple of these other
anything.
places we're going to. And so it's, I think it's really fun to go revisit some of those places you've been, make some new memories, especially as the kids grow older. They just can... Honestly, I don't even know if she remembers some of the stuff that we've done.
I was actually looking through pictures with her the other day, and she's like...
I do not remember being
Yeah,
there.
I have no idea that we were there.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Because we did this. She's like, nope.
So where we're at in January, like I said, we're working a lot, but we like to dream. We love to daydream and plan, and I think I've said it a few times before. I think I like planning almost as much as I love the anticipation of going on a trip and putting it all in place. So we're just starting to get some stuff together. So we thought we'd sort of like go through the year and tell you what's coming and what's in store, and do a little bit of some park reviews of trips we've had in the past and how we found the RV parks and why we're going back. And there's still more to come, but this is sort of an unfolding one. So we're going to hit as much as we can for this year.
You want to start with the beginning?
Well, yeah.
I'll start.
What's nice, can I just say?
Go.
Usually we're starting to get, that seasonal affect disorder because we're kind of depressed because usually we don't kick off our season till April.
Yes.
This year's a little earlier. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, this year our first trip is going to be around, and I'm going to mess the dates up, but somewhere in the middle of March.
Yeah.
And we are going to go into Disney and stay at Fort Wilderness. So I'm really excited about that. As anybody knows who maybe has listened to this, we've gone to Disney a lot.
A
few times. But we really like it. And as far as the park goes, it's one of the nicest that you're going to find.
Well, we thought we'd kick off the year. It's kind of cool this year because we have 3 kids still, 2 at home, 1 in the area. And one's in college, and normally this particular break is in April up here, and the college guy doesn't have the same break. So this is where we've hit in life now, where one's now moved down to Orlando. So we're going to go down and visit him.
Yeah.
Why not stay at Disney? He lives 15 minutes away, so that's going to be a great place to go visit. But what's really cool about this year is Easter's early, so break is early, and we're excited. We get all 3 of the kids that are still here going with us.
Yeah, typically our spring vacation, we've only had the 2 younger ones the last couple of years.
Yeah, so we're looking about 9-10 weeks out.
Yeah.
So we're starting to be on a countdown. We need to start getting our RV appointment to get it de-winterized and oil change inspection. We'll do a little show on, your checklist to kick off the season next week. I think we're going to bring that in. But talking about Disney, I mean, that's something we've done a million times. I think this might be our 20th trip.
I think so.
All in total.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many times we've actually stayed. Since 2000, we've just had the RV, so I don't know. How many times, Neal, do you think we've done the RV? Pretty much every year but one.
Yeah. Well, and we've been there. I'm trying to think.
So
8
we're
times,
on like 9
at
times.
Fort Wilderness.
This might be the 10th time at actually Fort Wilderness.
And every time at Fort Wilderness, what do I see that you don't?
An armadillo.
Yes.
They don't exist.
Every single time.
They're not real.
No, and it's not pink either. It's real. I see it. So
that's sort of an inside story. Every time we go down there, Neal sees an armadillo, and I always wanted to see one, and I never see one.
No.
So he'll always come in, I saw an armadillo. And I'm like, no, you didn't. They're not even real. Like, I totally think you're making that up.
No, I see it.
No.
I see it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're eating, drinking, smoking.
Totally see it. It's all good. I'm all
it's
natural, and I see it, and I'm like, look, armadillo.
Yeah, sure.
Every time. So anyways.
It's your Cheshire cat. Anyway, so let's talk about why, Neal. Why are we going back to Fort Wilderness for like the 10th time?
Well, as far as parks go, you're not going to find a better laid out park, in our opinion. Actually, if you look at some, a lot of different magazines and websites have ratings of parks. Fort Wilderness is usually up there. So you have a very...
I think it's pretty much always number one.
It's always number
I post
one.
these lists on Facebook all the time. Almost every time. Yeah. They're number one. Yeah.
And the top 10 are usually
and
the places we've been, and they're all great.
Definitely number one in our books.
So they're great. And you always have a good time. Even if you just take the Disney World, the parks and all that out of the picture, as far as a campground, it's great. It's got like a kind of a... You're never really on top of your neighbors. We stay in the premium campsites and have just a great time. It's level. The sites are great. They clean up.
There's a lot of different options there too in pricing. I just don't think you could stay at Disney any cheaper. Up to 10 people can stay on the actual campsite in the RV and tents, what have you. We usually bring an extra tent. There's room for that. They have, like you said, they're level. The premium sites are completely level. There's not much in the pebble realm.
No, it's all stone.
There's a lot. I mean,
concrete.
it is right in the middle of wilderness. I mean, you have trees all around you, which can lead to a bit of a mess, but it's sort of a morning ritual for us that we sweep. I don't know why. We enjoy sweeping.
And we've also had Chippendale, actually chipmunks on top of the RV.
Yeah,
so
there's like you can sit in the morning and have your coffee inside or out and just look at the wildlife. And some people see armadillos, some people don't, but whatever.
I do.
But and then there's other sites that are a little smaller for pop-ups. People tent there.
Yeah, people tent there.
There's all different prices in there, so you really have to price out. I know last year we paid about $120 per night, and we go at the
Well, this year's at the peak time.
It's peak
so
times.
there's different times.
There's a lot of peak times at Disney.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always peak time. But, you can really price it out. And where you're going to save your money is you making your own meals.
Yep.
We use a day. I've done a really popular blog about doing Disney on a budget. Please go check that out. I've just posted it on Facebook, but it's also on our webpage. And you can find that in there. And I try to give a lot of good advice of how to do this on the cheap. And we do a lot of our own meals. We
also go out for dinners and stuff.
Yeah, we do that too, and that's with our Disney Chase points. We save those up and use that to pay for dinners. But we do breakfast every morning, and that saves a lot of money.
Oh, totally.
But the sites itself are great.
They're great.
Up to full hookups. There's transportation, so
I've never felt like that we were on top of anybody. Never felt like anybody was in our business. I'm not that when you're camping, it's nice to see people and say hi and wave and everything, but the way that they're lined up, it's like you feel like you're there.
I don't feel on top of anybody.
Not at all.
You don't even really see anybody
relaxed.
next to you or anything.
No.
You can go look at reviews on it, and there's always, I would say, 90% of the time people love it and are happy with it. I think there's some issues for some people that have like a fifth wheel or a larger trailer. Backing in can be an issue with their setup. Yeah. But we have not dealt with that, and we have a 38-foot motorhome. So, I think that's probably the biggest issue. But as far as it's clean, we love to rent from them. We get for the whole time we're there. We just save the extra money just so we can have the golf carts. They've got them right there for 4-person or 6-person.
I mean, the park itself.
Which, by the way, you need to call.
I do need to call.
You need to call. Reserve that like today. But it's it's clean. You get there, it's just I've never had one complaint.
No, and the transportation's fantastic because you can take a bus from one end to the campground to the other. We use a golf cart, but you can also take like a boat to Magic Kingdom. There's a lot of different ways to get around.
So many activities there.
Totally, horse.
Free stuff even. You can go down to the beach at night.
Archery,
you can get
a lot of stuff.
Get a little bit up, but there's the water parade that they do at the electric water parade at night. You can see the fireworks at Magic Kingdom.
They also have movies and
that's
and
free.
like
S'mores. There's so much to do there. So go check out their website. That's a definite 2 thumbs up. Like I said, it's always number one on any list you look of places to go in the U.S. to go check out. So definitely check that out. So that's set for us in March. Okay,
that's number one.
Number one.
Where are we going next after that?
The other thing, well, I wouldn't even say it's next. The other thing we booked after that is over Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. Kids have a long weekend, so we thought we'd go down to Hershey Park.
That's another great park.
It's a favorite of ours.
Mm.
I would say
you've been
as
there
far
about
as
4 or 5 times.
Yeah, maybe even this would be our 6th time. I think. I would say in times that we kind of want to get it sounds kind of crazy, but you want that Disney feel. We love going to Hershey.
Hershey's great.
Yeah,
yeah. The theme park's awesome.
It used to be called Hershey High Meadow Campground, but they changed it now. I think Hershey really took it over. I don't know if
now
it was
it's a Hershey Campground Resort.
Hershey Parks Camping Resort. And it really does have that resort feel.
Yeah.
It is by a train, like so many RV parks are.
Yes.
So try to ask when you're booking. You can deal with it. We've done it, but try to get away from the trains if you can.
And they have level sites, they have pull-through sites, they have back-in sites, they have tents, they have camp cabins.
You're definitely on top of everybody.
Totally.
There. It's
yeah,
not
that is more on top.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like a parking lot.
Yeah, a little bit within the woods.
But
it's got trees, but you're also on
perfect.
There's a bus that takes you to the park as well.
It provides transportation to the park, so you don't have to. And it goes quite, I don't know, about every 15-20 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's never had to wait.
I never had to wait too long. They have a great store there. There's a nice big pool. There's activities.
Yeah, it's a really nice place.
I enjoy it. And the sites are pretty level. Like they're not paved.
We've been lucky enough. We've been able to get the pull-throughs the last couple times.
Yeah, those are the best.
We actually at one point got one. I think we were just lucky to get it, and it was up on a hill a little bit, and it took some maneuvering to get up there. And wouldn't you know, our levelers broke that trip, so we weren't really level. We had to move because everything was all.
I didn't want
hillish.
that fun house feeling the whole time we're there. And they accommodate.
Their
customer service has been great.
Pretty good. Yeah, they're real good.
So yeah, definitely, and
it's clean.
They've got again different levels of pricing, to full hookups to partial hookups, and just even electric.
There's a whole area for tenting.
Yeah. I see a lot of family reunions happening there. In the park itself, Hershey Park's fantastic. They've got their whole park that's great for all ages. I love how it's set up, where there's younger kids stuff versus the older kids, which it worked for us. Like there was at the time when like Olivia and Connor were little, next to they had a ride. It wasn't like just one place put in the back of the park.
It wasn't like kids zone.
It was all integrated. So you could
cool.
be with, we could split up and go with one couple kids, and then you could go over with the other. It just was really family friendly.
It was very family friendly park.
And much like, I think they follow a lot of like Disney's customer service. And moving of crowds even.
Yep. And clean.
So, clean.
Always somebody walking around cleaning up. So
and then you've got the museum and other things. You can go check out the factory.
We always get where's the Hershey Hotel? We always eat there.
Oh yeah, go up and have a meal up there. It's fantastic.
And they got Hershey Garden. You can walk through there.
Yeah, it's a really
Chocolate
nice
World.
Chocolate World's great. If you love chocolate, that would be the place.
Who doesn't love chocolate? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing to mention too.
Unless you're allergic. Sorry about that.
When you're sorry for you. The other thing to mention too is when you stay at the campground, you get discounts on tickets. So just buy them through there. I think it was even cheaper than going like AAA or anything like that. So,
but it's an affordable park as well.
Yeah, and it's just great to go. For us, it's about a 5.5 hour drive. We'll go down on a Friday, spend the weekend, come back Monday. Just a nice, fun little getaway.
Yeah, it's a great place.
And their weather's always nice there, too.
I
don't know what it is. And it's a nice drive for us. We get to go take the 15 down the Susquehanna River. Like, it's so beautiful. And there's so much along the way, with just the scenery and just everything. There's
really
gorgeous.
good memories there, too, because you learned how to drive the RV there.
I did, and we also got to film. It was at Hershey that we filmed RV 2015, so that was really cool too.
That's good memories.
Yeah. So then we're going to be next. We haven't booked this yet, but the next big trip we're taking about a 2-week vacation over the beginning of the summer, and
I'm excited for this.
We're kind of toying around with a few different things. At this point, we still want to go back down and see our oldest son. And there's just he's so close, so we're going to go back to Disney.
We're going to Disney again. But mostly for the Fort Wilderness experience as well.
Yeah, we're really using it as just like our base. Yeah. And we're buying this year. Another show we're going to be talking about is getting a car trailer. Is that the best way to say it? Trailer, car carrier.
We've been very lucky for the last, well, not lucky, but we've, on purpose, booked all of our trips so we've had some sort of transportation. So now for us to get a car carrier, that just opens up a whole new world.
Yeah.
And we're going to Disney, so a whole new world.
Yeah, so we're going to, a whole new world.
Sing it.
We're going to do the Disney experience still, but a little less. We want to go beyond, So I think our oldest son's going to be taking some kind of time off. We don't really know. We really decided, we're just going to, be there, and he can try to fit in where he can fit in.
Exactly.
He's starting a new job, so... we're going to try to accommodate him best we can, but we got to make plans. So, I want to be a little more whimsical on this one.
So we were going to do Disney, and then
here's the first though. We're going to go to Universal.
We're going to go to Universal.
We have never gone to Universal.
Very excited to see Harry Potter World.
Very excited to see.
And then where else are we going? I'm excited about this.
I haven't been to Cape Canaveral since I was 7 or 8 years old.
Space Coast.
So we're going to go check out the Space Coast.
I'm very excited about that.
We're going to do some day trips and use Disney as our base and do a little bit of that, but go beyond. So we're going to go do that. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. But I'd also like to do a day at Cocoa Beach. I want to go to the beach for the day.
Yeah.
So we want to do a couple things like that. So that's some of it. And then we decided we're always great in the drive down. We can it's a 20-hour drive
home
for us.
That's awful.
The drive home, you're tired, all that.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd cut Disney after about 11 or 12 days, 10 or 11 days, something like that. We're still working on that. and cut the trip home a little bit. So we want to talk about where we're stopping on the way.
Then
for a
on
few
the way
days.
home, we are gonna go to Washington D.C. and there's a place that's called Cherry Hill RV Park and Resort. That's awesome. It's in College Park, Maryland. We've stayed there a few times as well.
Yeah,
so
this is a return. It's a favorite.
It's a favorite. It's another place.
This is like year of the favorites.
This is what we're doing.
Tour de favorite.
And the funny thing is, the kids at different ages. I don't think Olivia remembered going there before. She's like, when was I there?
Well, we do. What's great about it's right on the Metro line.
Yeah, it's great.
So you could take a bus. We're going to take the car, of course, with us to get to directly the Metro line. So you just nobody needs to be driving downtown DC.
No,
it's
no.
crazy. So we thought we would spend a couple days. The cool thing about when you get into DC is everything's free.
Yes.
So you can go to the Air and Space Museum, all the Smithsonian's. There's just a ridiculous amount of things to do there.
It's a great place to be.
So it's such really an inexpensive trip. Yep. Cherry Hill's on the higher end of I have to look at the pricing yet. I don't know.
I think it's the same as Disney.
Yeah, it's somewhere it's like $90, $100 a night thing, but it's just outstanding. The park has grown over the years. Yeah. You said they added new sites.
They have there's new sites. There's a conference center. I think they even have cabins,
hot tub, very resort.
Yeah, I think a restaurant.
Yeah. So, but we'll do some stuff in DC. Yeah. Come home, and then go home from there because from there it's only a 6-hour drive. 6 or 7. Yeah, so that's much better than 20. So it breaks it up, and then you leave Florida, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of bummed, but you still have DC to look forward to.
And then have a nice time there.
And it's going to be hotter than heck, but whatever. We'll do.
Whatever.
We've done that before. So the park itself is great. There's plenty of different
really
lots.
Recommend it.
They're paved.
Yep.
I also see a lot of Boy Scout troops go. There's that whole tent area. We saw a wedding there a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like conference center. They have a really nice place.
It's beautiful.
They've really, really done
a great job. And it's sort of in this suburban area. Boom, here's this. And it's is there a train there? I think it's one of the RV parks that does not have a train.
It does not have a train.
I don't think I remember.
I remember the first time we drove in, I was like, are you sure this is where we're going?
Yeah.
And the GPS is like, yes. So we went, and you're in I wouldn't say a residential neighborhood, but it's kind of. And then next thing you know, there's this beautiful park.
It's great. So
I don't think
it's great. The closest RV park to DC too.
The staff is great.
They're outstanding. Really, we're always looking for, good customer service and all of that stuff. So that's really. We told the kids that look, we're going to combine this and coming back. They're like, yeah. They love it.
Yeah,
so
we're excited.
And again with our oldest, if you'll want to maybe drive up with us and fly out of DC and go back home, back to Orlando. So we're just going with the flow.
Yeah, with him, we're at that point. He's an adult. He's got a job.
He can figure it out.
If he can fit us in, great. If he can't, that's okay too.
So we have more as well. We're gonna hit. We love Shirkston. We've done that
Shores,
before.
A carefree resort. Love it there
on Lake Erie. That's we're gonna fit that in a few places. A couple things like that. But our other big one that we are dying to go back to is Yes You Can RV in New York City.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And Liberty Harbor. Liberty Harbor RV Resort or Park.
Yeah, Park.
It's great, and it's another one of those places that you're driving through. It's in Jersey City, New Jersey, and you're driving through, commercial area, and you come up, and there's this RV park overlooking the Statue of Liberty. It's totally a parking lot.
Yeah, you're in Jersey City. It's directly across from Battery Park.
Yep.
Your view outside your RV. It's a parking lot. It's got a dump station.
No really amenities, but
no, there's no amenities, but it's about $90-$100 a night.
Yep.
And
you
I don't know
stay
where
in
you
New
can
York.
stay that in
not
New York.
For that cheap.
We have our coffee in the morning, and you look out your window, and you just see the Statue of Liberty. It's amazing.
I felt very safe there. It's got 24-hour security.
Yeah.
You can take a ferry into the city from there.
You could take the ferry. You could take the path, and then get out to there.
Path is like 5 blocks away.
Right. So a lot of, or Cabot if you want.
Right.
So there's a few ways to get in the city, but your view is amazing. You have Freedom Tower across the other way. I mean, it's incredible. We had gone last time just after Hurricane Sandy had gone through.
Right.
So, but it was a year or two later, and it was getting quite cleaned up. And I think I'm really interested to see.
I think it was like a year later, and
yeah, I can't remember.
And there was a lot of buildings being built when we were there.
Yeah, they were just coming back from total destruction. And so I'm interested to see, some of the restaurants that they had talked about. They'd been in the area coming back. So we're going to do that, and, again, Olivia was really young, so we want to go back, and she doesn't even remember this trip, really.
No.
So we want to go back and do Times
Hit
Square.
Manhattan again.
Yeah,
Central Park. The kids love Central Park.
That was like one of my favorite things to
yeah.
do. And of course, we have to go to the 9/11 memorial. Last time we went, the museum wasn't completed, so we'd like to go back and pay respects and, sort of take a moment and remember.
You have to.
And do that and just, take in the city for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And, for us, it's about a day drive.
Maybe
to get
see a
there.
show or something.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I kind of like going on that trip and just going, loosey-goosey.
Whatever.
Letting see what happens. So, we're still working on, we got to get all these booked.
Yeah, we'll take care of
because
that.
things really, I don't know about you guys at RV, but, things start booking up.
We usually have a lot of these things booked up between now and, or we've actually, some of them we've already
early
done
March. Some we have yet to book, some we've already booked, and our plans are still unfolding.
That's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can get in touch with us at rvglampingadventures@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, iTunes, and the web. Have a great week, and keep on glamping.
If you like the show you are listening to right now, you can listen to it and many more just like it on Reno Viola Outdoors Radio. Fishing, hunting, boating, and the rest of the great outdoors 24/7, 365 on Reno Viola Outdoors Radio. Download the free Reno Viola's Outdoor Radio app or visit WRVOradio.com online to see the lineup and schedule. That's Reno Viola Outdoors Radio. And enjoy the great outdoors.